right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Headkrack After Hours. Not only do we talk to people in the world of entertainment, but also we want to actually resuscitate your mind, body, and soul as well. I got two gentlemen who are part of a company called Rescue CBD. And what they do, man, is they provide a wide array of products that could actually improve your life. And I got to say big shout out to y'all both, man. Shout out to my man Gara. Shout out to Al. Now, for people who don't understand CBD and all the positive, things that it could do for you, where do you begin?
I'm gonna let Al start since he's
no.
the
You go
expert.
ahead. You go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Well, CBD is from the hemp plant. It's part of the cannabinoid family, and it has a lot of healing properties in the plant. And as the world is waking up and getting more knowledge and hearing about CBD, we're realizing that it's a healing plant, and it's doing a lot of things that synthetic drugs used to do naturally. So that's why we really promote CBD and hemp, premium hemp extract in our community, both for Black and brown people.
Okay. Would you like to add on to that, Al?
No, you did pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I would say, long before the 1800s, cannabis has always been the cure. And then, certain people started using it, and then, the government decided that they were going to make it a stage 1 drug, which is the same as heroin. And we both know it's a long way from heroin.
Oh, yeah.
So Black people indoctrinated it was the drug of the devil or the gateway to everything else. But now science is realizing everybody's getting hooked on opioids. Mm-hmm. So what can we do to eliminate our kids from dying? And so now we're back on this cannabis. And no, it's a drug, man. It's the name of the drug. It's a plant that is so awesome in so many ways. Not just from a smoking. Most of us know that plant from smoking, mm-hmm. But it's a long way from smoking. It's a cream, it's a salve, it's an oil, it's a salad dressing, it goes in everything because your body has CBD in it. You got CBD1, CBD2. So all you're doing is like any other vitamin is replenishing your body with what it naturally has, like water.
Okay. Now, to the untrained, eyes and ears, people who don't understand, anytime you think cannabis, everybody always thinks about the psychoactive properties of cannabis. And the plus side about CBD and CBD products and even hemp as well is you get the healing factor, but none of the psychoactive effects. You're not going to take a CBD product and walk around all day with the munchies, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's totally different. So to break it down real technically, so the difference between the two plants is basically a male and a female, just like us humans. Mm-hmm. And the female plant is the marijuana, and the male plant is the hemp. So one is going to make your body feel good and not make your head feel good. So people are still reluctant because they have to be educated because like right now, we have a beauty line. And so we're going to do a CBD or hemp extract lipstick. And girls are like, well, if I rub it on my lips, would I get high? It's like, no, you won't get high.
One could only win, right?
You won't get high. Some people even ask ourselves, if I rub it on my skin, will I get high? And I'm thinking, for real? Like, no, it's not an ingestive. You can't get high. So it's going to take a lot of education, man, to really bring our people forward, because we're the most superstitious, the most suspicious. We think everything is a we had a meeting today, and and it's true. We think everything is a scam. Oh no, it can't be true. No, they told us this is the gateway to drugs and blah blah, but it's the total opposite. I tell a story. There was this woman that I met, and she has rheumatoid arthritis really bad, and she hadn't held her Bible for 3 years. Miss Maddie, I think she's like 84, 85. And when I had to trick her because I couldn't tell her what was really in it.
Okay.
Because she wouldn't have never done it. So, so I gave it to her and I said, just rub it on your hands, Miss Maddie. Just rub it on your hands. She said, well, baby, I can't hardly rub it. I said, well, just do the best you can. And as she was rubbing it, you could actually see her fingers move.
Wow.
And she started tearing. And I thought, oh my goodness, is it burning her? You old people, you don't never know, man. I was like, is it burning her? And I said, are you okay? She said to me, she said, baby, do you know how long it's been since I held my Bible? Just that quick. So I told her what it was, and she said, well, at least I didn't have to smoke it.
And and that's the beauty of it. As a person who's dealt with like chronic injuries, right? I think I ran a really bad foot race in some shoes I should have been running in one time, and it was like this lingering injury that kept coming back. So my wife, she put me on to like this topical athletic grade cannabis, not cannabis, but CBD cream. Rubbed it on there, boom, that deep tissue work. Then next thing you know, range of motion coming back, the pain went away, and it truly works wonders. And the thing is, here's what frustrates me, guys: the fact that we live in a country that has the big pharmaceuticals on the necks of so many people, where the answer is always usually truly something holistic that you can grow on your own, or something that you can get from an herbalist. But no, they want to sell you the chemicals. They want to sell you all these other things that's going to put you on all these other things. And I'm seeing people's lives drastically improve using CBD. And here's the dope thing about Rescue CBD. Go to shoprescuecbd.com. The fact that you guys have this stuff engineered for people of color, because our DNA is different than everybody else, man. So big shout out to my man Godfrey for putting me onto the jewels on that, man, because I was doing my research. And can you speak on the importance of making, using a product that is engineered for particular groups of people, because everybody can't use the same stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you look at our DNA, when you look at when they brought us from the Middle Passage to America, what they don't realize, the reason why we're so athletically inclined, they basically built superhumans. That's what they did. They built superhumans. Because if you're able to travel that far in those conditions, and then after those conditions, you came here and worked in those conditions, that's a superhuman. And it made our muscles and our tendencies and everything a lot larger, and so the way that our muscle groups are connected, the way that our muscle groups grow, we need something that is a lot more deep tissue penetration. We can't just do that surface thing because our muscles are just naturally larger. I mean, you can take a white baby and a black baby. You see both males, and the little baby look like he's been lifting, weights. He already got biceps and triceps. So yeah, basically, so when we put this formula together, we knew that we needed to have something a lot powerful. We started at 120 milligrams. We're now way beyond that. So we're so much powerful now. Before, I think it would take about 15 minutes. Now it's almost like instant gratification.
Yeah, no, I've definitely seen that. Now, can y'all both speak to situations where the use of CBD products has actually helped y'all, when maybe something you was dealing with? Because there's also like, people can take it for attention deficit disorder. You have trouble
Yeah.
sleeping and so many other things. Has that helped y'all in any way?
Yeah,
Well, that's a great one. So, Gary, you want to lead in with my story first?
yeah, he has a very unique story. Go ahead, Al. Yeah, something I didn't tell you, Headkrack, about Al.
So Headkrack, here's why I'm in this business and how I even got into this business. So a year and a half ago, I've been in the film industry for about 22, 23 years. And I was on a film set and the boom fell and it crushed my foot. And so basically I had to have my left foot amputated.
Wow.
So I always tell people I don't walk like an amputee, but I am. So when people will say stuff to me like, well, you sure it works? Because, I've had this pain. I mean, you don't even understand how much pain I go through. And I roll my pants leg up. And then I go, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I'm like, no, it's cool. It's cool. But this is why I'm in this business, because a year and a half ago, I couldn't even walk. So I was trying to find something that would better me. And through bettering me, I wanted something that was going to better everybody else. And so I went on this quest to create what we know now as Rescue CBD.
Wow. And just to add, if I can, at the same time he was going through that, my dad was extremely sick. And, at one point they had him on 17 different pills. And when we did the research, the pills that they gave him to help him, the detriment was it was killing his liver and his heart functions. And he ultimately died. So, that was one of the first eye-opening things for me personally, that there had to be something out here better. And then, as we all, we're all in that season of life now where we have elderly parents or aunts and uncles, and they go through pain and they go through other issues. And my mother currently has rheumatoid arthritis, and she's in a lot of pain. And the only relief she gets is when she puts that salve on. And, just to address what you were alluding to earlier, shoprescuecbd.com is a topical brand. But as Al alluded to, we have 7 other verticals. So we are addressing every area of the body and the skin when it comes to people of color.
That's it's great to hear, and I'm so sorry for your loss too. And it's amazing to see, like, I mean, like, to be an amputee, to go through that level of pain, no one could ever really understand what it feels like except someone going through it. But
Exactly.
be able to say that this allowed you to not like continue feeling pain. And I know no product is like a one-time use and all your problems are solved, but if you had to say how often you would have to apply these things to kind of keep everything at bay, what would you say?
I would say basically it just depends on the individual. It's kind of like when I was in the hospital, they would ask me, they would have these smiley faces and then these ugly faces. And then they would tell me, what degree of pain? Point at which face is your degree of pain? And I wanted to tell them, ain't no damn face up there. Wow. But it's, you would really have to pick, where you are in pain, because one, our muscle tissues are different. I'm an ex-athlete, so my calves used to be really, really huge. Like I had to wait almost 9 months before I could get fitted because my calves were so big. They cut me at my calf. So in order for me to put my leg into a prosthesis, I had to wait till my calf shrunk. So, I don't have any pain now. I mean, I don't even have any pain. I'm really testing now for people that are an amputee. I'm really testing now. We have what they call phantom pains. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it makes you feel like your foot is still there, but it's not. You know it's not. You know, your big toe hurt, your little toe hurt, your heel will even hurt, but you know it's not there. So, you know, I've been testing, will it help that? Will it, you know, and it won't, you know, because you can't put pain stuff on what ain't there.
Yeah. You know, I've always heard the terminology phantom pain, but I've never heard somebody break down what that's a real freaking phenomena.
Well, you know, here's why though. So my doctor told me why. So our bodies are made up of electrodes, right? And so between water and the electricity, it flows through our body just like electricity flows through your home. When you have a bone amputated or a part of your body amputated, your brain is sending signals to that foot that ain't there no more. Nobody tricked your brain to tell your brain that's not your foot. Mm-hmm. So your brain is still talking to your foot. So the electrodes is still trying to connect, which is weird. It's trying to connect with that foot, but it's not there. So you actually feel the electricity going through your body, trying to connect with that part of the body. It's mind-blowing, actually.
And I don't even think, you know, even on a scientific level, people really truly have a full understanding of all the things that the brain can do. You know, you still having this new consciousness where people are discovering like the ability to astral project and all these other cool things that I'm into. But, you know, we've only tapped into so much of what our brain can do and the way we can heal our bodies and really use our bodies as, you know, the same type of instruments that people that preceded us thousands of years were doing. But, you know, a new spiritual awakening and a new consciousness is coming in. Once again, we're getting back to the earth, we're getting back to the plants. Now, I know we talked about pain. Now, there's some people out there, maybe you know, mothers who are expecting or even possibly breastfeeding right now. They have a certain set of issues that they deal with. How can CBD help those people?
Well, CBD research will show you that it's very good for anxiety, for depression. You know, it's a good sedative or relaxer. Okay. Without you having the psychopsychotic, which is the THC high, which is why most people smoke marijuana.
Now, is it safe to say that it is women who are breastfeeding or even pregnant, can they use it?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. If that baby is taking milk from her, then they're automatically sucking CBD1 and CBD2 because that's what her body is made of.
Yeah, cannabinoids in the body, right?
Already. So it's doing what it's naturally made to do.
Okay, so you're just getting a double dose or like an additional, you know, run of it. If it's run, like, but let's just say if the mother was taking it for her anxiety or maybe pains or difficulties that she was having during the pregnancy, but if she's taking it and she's feeding the baby, you're just getting it, you know, you're just getting even more of it. And there's no harm there.
No, not at all.
Now let's speak about like, you know, CBD in the ADD world. You know, there's a lot of people getting, you know, children, even adults who getting the label attention deficit sort of slapped on them just so they can sell them Adderall, which, you know, if you tried it a couple times, you know, hey, like it's the limitless pill. You know what I mean?
I'm a patient. I'm not only the grower, but I'm the club president.
So with CBD, do you continue to take the Adderall or has the CBD taken the place of Adderall for you?
Well, I never take drugs for anything.
Okay.
I'm 100% natural. I don't believe in modern medicine. I didn't take drugs in the hospital, believe it or not. During my whole amputation, I took no drugs.
Okay.
My numbers were extremely high, and the doctors were saying because I was suppressing pain, and it's why my blood pressure and my sugar numbers, everything was high. Mm-hmm. I just refused to be hooked on Adderall or opioids. And so when I came out, that's what I did. I went for the natural resources, but CBD, man, 100%. I mean, it's scientific proof. You know, you can go on YouTube and watch children with epilepsy and having crazy seizures. You know, it's not, they don't have to believe me. All they have to do is just Google. Google CBD and epilepsy seizures. It will blow your mind. So if you got, we all as Black folks have PTSD. I think I got every letter that, that Gary will tell you. I have all the letters, PTSD, SRE. I have all the letters. So, it works for me. It works for Gary. Even our sleep.
Yeah.
We have a product that will put you to sleep. And people will ask me, well, will it work? All I'm telling you is start with just 3 drops.
Okay.
Don't be trying to prove to yourself that it works. Because if you take more than 3 and you don't know your number, you could very well sleep until tomorrow. It's just that good. Gary takes it.
Yeah, and it's safe sleep.
Okay.
One of the big issues that we all are dealing with now in this COVID era is sleep, anxiety. Can't get your mind clear. But CBD with the combination of melatonin is one of the best combinations ever, and it's all natural. The worst thing you can do, people always ask, "Can I overdose?" No, you just gonna sleep until it wears off. But you're gonna be fine.
Not a bad
You're
side.
gonna still have to go to work. You still got to pay your bills. You still got to deal with your kids. You're gonna be fine.
Okay. Now it's just amazing that we're in this time, right, where the awareness and the discovery of stuff that's been there for centuries, but
Yes.
but now it's new, man. And I'm glad you guys are really stepping to the forefront and creating these things that could really improve the lives of so many people. Because I'm just sick, because even when I go to the doctor for the checkup and like they'll prescribe me stuff, and then I'll look at the side effects, and then I just won't take it, and then I'll go back and they'll be like, "Hey, you're doing better." I was like, "Yeah, because I didn't take anything you said. I just
Right.
drank a little bit of water, I ate cleaner." But I am really excited about using CBD a lot more in my processes. Because I've dabbled in the past. I've taken like these CBD gummies like right before I go to sleep, but I'm one of those people who doesn't necessarily need anything else extra to help me sleep. But on CBD gummies, like sleep counting sheep. You know what I mean? Like within minutes. So I definitely can testify to that, and also like the pain relief principles. So we talked about how it can affect kids with we talked about how it can help people with pain. What else are we missing on the grid that people need to know about CBD? Just to really like let them know that, hey, this is something that can add value to your life.
Well, I think we need to also talk about the economic side. One thing about Al and I, which is very unique, is we're probably one of the few, if not the only, African-American company. We own our farm. We have our own partnership with our farm in Virginia. So our plants come from the farm. We have a manufacturing plant in South Carolina that we co-op with, and we distribute our products nationally. We have opportunities for Black and brown people to get into this industry. One of the things that frustrates us tremendously is we keep hearing people talk about when I get a license, or when this happens, or when that happens. And we're trying to educate people and let them know we've already got that taken care of. If you want to be a part of the community, if you want to be in this industry, if you want to be in what we call the green rush, just contact us and we'll sit down with you and we will show you exactly how you can start tomorrow. Al has an ad agency in LA, and part of what they've been able to do for us, we've built our own e-commerce platform. We have several verticals and multiple spaces to include pets, athletes, alcohol mixers, premium smoke, skincare, pain, of course, which is what we're known for. But we can sit down with anyone and touch any area that you are excited about or very interested in. We can cut the work down to a minimum, and we can get you started. We have licensing opportunities. We have reseller and affiliate opportunities. So that's kind of the other side of this industry that we want people to become knowledge of. Let's get out here and let's build generational wealth through this God-given plan.
Absolutely, especially while the light is green, man. And they used to throw around a terminology back in the day for a clothing company, for us, by us, but
right.
Rescue CBD is truly for us,
by
by
us.
us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
sure.
I mean, you definitely need to get down with the revolution. And, you know, the website is shoprescuecbd.com. If people want to contact you guys to either become an affiliate or even just learn more about the hemp and CBD process so they can really, like, you know, because like people see, you know, information and adverts all the time, but sometimes they, like, you know, really gotta like talk to the people behind it, so you know, so that, you know, because we're skeptical, just like you said before. We, you know, we feel like everything is like
Right,
a scam. And
right.
everything else
Everything's
does.
scam.
Yo, I've never, I've turned down situations and opportunities all the time because I 100% believe in it, and I will never like jump in front of anything I don't believe in. But
Yeah.
I really did. I have seen this work for people, so that's why like I'm 1,000% behind what you guys are doing, and just the fact that it's like it's engineered to help people that look like us. You know, I'm
Yeah.
all for it, and especially not only from a physical standpoint, but also economically. So I want to definitely make sure the dots get connected, man. So where can they find y'all at aside from the site?
Well, our parent company is Verde Hemp Farms. That's VERDEHEMP farms.com. VerdeHempFarms.com. That is the parent company that all the vertical product lines that we have sit under. They can email us, they can call us, and we will definitely return the call, set up a meeting, and we'll get going.
Well, you can email me at amalphamary@verdehempfarms.com.
There it
That's
is.
it.
Simple enough.
Direct to me.
Right.
Cool.
And I'm
So I'll be willing to answer any calls. I'm very proud that we just signed as an insider for us, a professional insider, which is an MD, a holistic Black doctor. So we have a professional MD that looks like us, sound like us, and hurt like us. So we just, you know, we just teamed up with him this week. So I'm very proud to announce that relationship. So yeah, I'm just so excited, man, about where this is going. And like Gareth said, we not only want to take the pain away, but we want the pain of not having money away too. That's that.
They kind of go hand in hand, you know.
They kind of go hand in hand, you know, because sometimes broke make your back hurt. You think it's a muscle, but it's just the lack thereof.
I feel you.
So we have an opportunity where we can take away the actual pain or assist you with your actual pain. And we can definitely take away that broke pain. Because the green rush is the greatest thing out here right now. And as African Americans, we miss the .com. Mm-hmm. We just didn't have enough money or enough knowledge, you know, to be a part of the .com. But, you know, if you miss .green, I don't really know what's left. You know, I don't know what other wave that's going to come behind the .green and make us Black folks rich. You know, and the other thing that I think as a revolution that we should look at is how many Black boys are locked up for this stuff, that are still serving time for this stuff.
Yeah.
And now we're using the same thing to help his grandma that he can't even appreciate because he got 20 years.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who fell on the wrong side of the timeline as it relates to, you know, this industry. Yes. But, you know, once again, it just all goes back to the fact, I feel like, you know, the pharmaceutical companies and the, you know, the, was it ATF, American Tobacco Firearms? Like, you know, those, you know, the alphabet boys, you know, the pharmaceutical, they have too much control over things that they should have no power or domain over, man. And there's a lot of people, like you said, who've done like senseless amounts of time for things that we can now celebrate. And even the way the states are broken up now, like, hey, you go to California, you're good. You go 2 states over, they try to give you some brand new bracelets. You know what I mean? And it's not fair, and we got to let you feel.
Check out Georgia. Not to mean to cut you off, you're absolutely right. So Georgia just passed the law, and it states if you're caught with hemp and you don't have your certification, your COAs, they just automatically lock you up and classify it as marijuana. Really, dude? Yes.
It's all the money grab.
It's all the money grab. You know this is not weed. Come on, bro. Why are you clowning? But like you said, alphabet boys, DEA, ATF, the alphabet boys, something else, boy, but still, regardless, we travel from Virginia to California in my S550 with pounds. Stop me if you want to. You're going to be practicing because I'm too legit to quit like MC Hammer. I might offer him a joint.
I like how you move.
Take a load off yourself, bro. I know you stressed out. Go hit this and you'll be all right.
Life is too short to be stressed out, my man.
Way, man. So no, I really appreciate you bringing us on, man, because we really want to get the word out. We want to get Black folks, hooked on this thing, man, both ways, economically and physically, because we're already behind. Mm-hmm. We're behind. We're not the farmers. We're not the processors. And we're sure as hell are not the product makers. So we're behind again. And so people say, oh yeah, I've been wanting to get into it. I just don't know how. And so we say, oh, sure, you want to get into it? And then you don't hear from them anymore. And I'm like, see? So you can't say what they won't let you do because we control the narrative from the beginning to the end. You don't have to answer to anybody.
Right. And follow through is everything. It's one thing to have the information, but you got to follow through,
Yeah, absolutely.
So there it is. Yo, Gary, Al, thank y'all so much for pulling up, man.
Thank you.
Yo, be sure you check out the website, shoprescuecbd.com. Take a look around, get acclimated. We dropping the information right there below how you can contact, Gary and Al, and get the green. The green rush is on. You need to be a part of it. Don't get left behind. It'll turn red before you know it. All right.
All right, appreciate it, brother.